as the life after the pandemic slowly returns to normal, the return of domestic and regional travel, as we know, will show a sign of recovery, especially as international travel remains light and quarantine restrictions are still in place. We hear everybody talking about, the experts talking, that closer to home will travel. So closer to home is that the will define the new leisure, it will define the new mice, will define the new adventure as we go on. But in what form or shape will all this happen? And what are the drivers of domestic travel recovery? In this context, we are happy today to invite you all and get you all on board to discuss rebuilding domestic tourism with a special focus on Goa. Goa is known across the world for its scenic splendor, and I think most importantly, the spirit of tourism. It's a place to land and be on a holiday. So that's truly the spirit of tourism that we talk about. To tell you more about all this and we discuss further, may I invite Mr. Vinod Jutsi to initiate the discussion with his keynote.
Thank you, Mr. Sanjay. Well, on behalf of New Tourism Foundation and my own personal behalf, I welcome all the eminent speakers today in the webinar focused on rebuilding domestic tourism with Goa in focus. In fact, just to supplement what Mr. Sanjay has just now mentioned, we in the New Tourism Foundation, we have started a knowledge series, and within knowledge series, keeping abreast with what is happening around us in terms of the COVID crisis, in terms of how to move forward, we have started working with the state governments and the state tourism fraternity to work out and to deliberate as to how we can move forward in their own state. And particularly, as we all have come to know, based on the initiatives of the government, the policies of the government, that domestic tourism is going to start first. And therefore, we thought that let us work with each and every state one by one and work with them to prepare a roadmap to also ensure that all of us are prepared for the new order, for the new protocol for domestic tourism, because that is first to start. In fact, ever since the air operation started on 25th May, the travel and tourism sector is by and large open for the entire country, but in a limited manner. So we chose the word rebuild primarily because there is nothing new that we are going to do. It's just that whatever we have lost, we have to restructure, but at the same time, we have to also bring in certain new aspects, which is required in the new regime, in the new order, in the new protocol because of COVID crisis. And why we are discussing today in this webinar, and for that matter, other states also, that we are in the midst of COVID. Even today, we have been talking about post-COVID, but very soon we realize that post-COVID is still very far away from us. And so the whole world has decided to live with the virus and to work and to open the economy. And when economy opens, obviously, the travel and tourism also has opened. So why what is required, therefore, is that at this point of time, when the tourism is about to take off, particularly domestic tourism, let us see how prepared is the government, the union government, the state government, the union territories, how well prepared are the private stakeholders, whether they are hospitality services, whether amusement, whether restaurants, and whether any other the travel tour operators. So basically, you have to also customize from state to state. Every state has its own situation at the moment. For example, if you take the case of Goa, Goa is one of the safest destinations today in the midst of COVID crisis. And if the latest tally, if you see, with 0 deaths and cases, and many of them haven't been recovered, the focus of travel trade, the travel fraternity of Goa should be most on the health safety of Goa. Goa is, in terms of, if you see in terms of the promotion campaign, I think the best, I would say the tag word would be that save Goa. We have been coming out with different promotion strategies of promoting Goa in different manners, that will continue. But at the same time, and as Mr. Sanjay had mentioned, Goa is not a new destination at all. So what is important for the people who wish to travel? What is important for people who want to visit, Goa, as a destination, as a tourism destination now? The focus should be on the health safety. Now, why domestic tourism? I've already mentioned first to start. At the same time, let me also mention that we are not talking something new. It has a huge market already. If you see in terms of Indian context, almost the ratio of domestic tourism and the inbound tourism is almost 200:1. If I take it in terms of domestic tourist visits and compare, we recorded as much as 2 billion domestic tourist visits as against 10 million foreign tourists. So that ratio, even in case of Goa, if you see, I've been able to get some figures. I was told that in 2019, Goa got about 5 lakh foreign tourists and almost 65 lakh domestic tourists. So take the ratio, it's almost 13:1. So when we are talking of domestic tourism in Goa, it is not something very new. But the only thing is what kind of destination management from health safety point of view has been done. That is important. How much confidence is built among the travelers by the travel trade and by the industry of Goa, that is important. The need for preparing new itineraries and new packages, the new promotion strategy, as I just mentioned. Now, these are focus areas for the government. So I would come to the role of stakeholders one by one at a later stage. But now, when I talk in terms of why Goa, so I have already mentioned in terms of health safety. If you see the figures compared to other regions just close to Goa, I mean, of course, Maharashtra is the most infected, Karnataka is less, but Goa and Northeast are the most safe destinations in terms of health safety from COVID crisis. Number two reason which I feel that why Goa stands a better chance or maybe has an advantage is that there are certain themes and verticals which are suitable more to traveling during the COVID crisis. And beach tourism is one area where you do not have much of congregation. It can be separated like many beaches. They have made separate.
Can everybody else hear?
Can you hear?
Yeah, you are clear, sir. We can hear you.
Okay. So the point which I was making is Goa is known for its beaches, and beaches today, the beach tourism compared to many other areas is a safer theme to follow. It's a safer destination. It is easier to manage beaches and people at the beaches. Water sports is another area, part of adventure, which is again suitable to the people at this particular stage. Goa has religious destinations in the form of very famous churches. So government has even opened religious destinations, and churches are one place where generally the congregations don't happen too much as compared to places of Hindu worship. Goa culture is another USP of Goa. So people who come there, I mean, there is no issue of any safety in terms of of imbibing or watching the culture. The food of Goa, again, if the restaurants are following health protocols properly, it should not be a problem. And of course, cruise tourism, you have the Ganesh cruise, you have the Angadiya vessels, which had started as early as 2019. They are planning to restart again, although they are supposed to follow all the protocols. But at the same time, there is a scope in terms of water connectivity also. So you have, Goa has air connectivity, Goa has rail connectivity, and Goa is very much suited for road journeys because you can tap regions around Goa. Let us not look for pan India at this moment because it is difficult to get people from other parts of the of the country because of certain restrictions, because of not having connectivity between those places and Goa, far-flung places, but road connectivity, weekend destinations. You have Karnataka next door. Karnataka is also relatively health safe, and therefore within Goa, parts of Maharashtra, the southern Maharashtra area. Now these are the areas, even Telangana. These are the places which I think the industry and the government could tap in the first go, because road weekend destinations can be a big hit during this at this particular stage. Now coming to the roles of stakeholders. Now at this point of time, when we are talking of rebuilding domestic tourism, what do you think that the government, the stakeholders, the union government, Goa government, what are the things which should be done? To my mind, the Ministry of Tourism, as I've seen, that they have already launched Dekho Apna Desh. That is a way of promoting domestic tourism. In fact, the Ministry of Tourism policy is also very clear, and Venkatesh is here. He will add and supplement and give more details. I was very happy to see that even Goa was taken as in one of the webinars of Dekho Apna Desh and projected as a crucible of culture. So that is one which Government of India, Ministry of Tourism is already doing. Another thing which the ministry and the government, the union government has done so far, which is why the confidence of the travelers has been built by way of providing all health protocols and infrastructure at the airports. Number two, in the trains and also for road travel, they have come out with all kinds of SOPs and guidelines, whether it is Health Ministry, but lately the Ministry of Tourism has also prepared and issued all the SOPs for the hoteliers, for the restaurants, for tour operators, and for that matter, every aspect of travel and tourism industry, they have come out. Now, it is for the industry to follow those SOPs and guidelines. So on one hand, you have the assurances, you have the infrastructure, you have the SOPs and guidelines, both to the travelers as well as to the industry by the Ministry of Tourism and by Government of India. On the other hand, if the private sector, the travel and tourism industry, they also assure the traveler that don't bother, we have also made all kinds of arrangements for your health safety. I think this is the ideal situation for the travelers. We have been talking, lots of forums have been talking about the resistance of the travelers to come out. Now, the basic resistance that can come because of can be only because of the health safety. And if the government, the union government, Goa government, and the local travel industry, they are in a position to assure the traveler that if you come to our place, you will be provided all kinds of safety measures. End-to-end safety is very important. Now, which I feel will happen among the travelers, the consumer behavior is going to change. And one such behavior would be that instead of tapping 5 people, somebody for a hotel, somebody for taxi, somebody for and somebody for any other, the preparing the itinerary, they would rather depend on one particular destination management company who can provide end-to-end itinerary. But more than the itinerary, more important is that he can provide end-to-end safety protocol to that person. Instead of tapping so many people would mean more and more risk, and therefore there should not be any bottleneck while he's traveling, because the safety is a big measure. And of course, the credibility of the agency or the destination management company which is managing their travel tour is also very important, because the traveler should have faith that this agency will provide all kinds of safety protocols. Now, another thing which ministry and Venkatesh is here, the task force which the ministry has already constituted, I hope, and it's a good platform to handhold the industry with its policies, with the new schemes, and maybe the reliefs on GST, whatever. So those things will come gradually, but it's a good initiative. Now, Ministry of Tourism should also join hands, this is my personal feeling, to with the government of Goa, not just to promote the destination, but also among the travelers towards health safety of a particular destination. And that can be done when both the governments work hand in hand. Coming to Goa tourism or government to Goa, I would again reiterate the same thing, that Goa government and Goa tourism must promote Goa as ideal for safety, with zero death in COVID crisis, with least number of new cases coming. I think this will be a big seller. Beach tourism, as I have mentioned, water sports. Again, you have to highlight the safety of beach tourism, the safety in those down restaurants which are all clogged, which are all congregated and a lot of crowd. People would like to prefer to go to a restaurant which are spread out. So Goa stands again a good chance of people dining, and there's a beachside restaurants. I've also seen some of them, and you have plenty of space. So spacing of the seats and spacing of in the restaurant will be a great I think advantage that will happen to Goa. Similarly, the churches and the religious places, the forts, even Aguada Fort is something where people can spread out. You can control the crowd. So this is how the government of Goa should highlight its destinations relating and linking with the safety aspect. Then, of course, the state governments can also provide a lot of incentives, lot of reliefs to the stakeholders in the tourism industry. And I'm very happy that the Goa government, Goa tourism had in fact conducted a survey also from the stakeholders as to what are your losses, what are the things that should be done. This is a good move which I think Goa government has done, and I think it will lead to some good conclusion. But at the same time, there are many incentives, there are many reliefs which can be offered by the state government and not by the union government, in terms of the local taxes and entertainment tax. Some additional incentives can be provided in terms of getting credit facilities. You have cooperative banks also in the states. Then control on prices of food and beverages. Now, this is very important. Control on tariffs in transport, and for that matter, I think even controlling the hotel tariff at this point of time, which hoteliers themselves should volunteer instead of charging very heavy. Because don't forget, we have to evolve into a new regime. You cannot do just one day and you want to start the pre-COVID traveling again. Things will take some time. So let's go slow and steady. And in order to go slow and steady, you have to give ample incentive, not just the incentive of safety in the destination, but also in terms of not overcharging or maybe charging lesser than what you have been doing earlier. And gradually, as you have volume of visitors, then of course you can strategize to get your returns back, because the industry has suffered so much of losses. So let us not get into a strategy that let me just get the losses recovered at the immediate thing before other states also start doing it. Don't do that. It should be a gradual market penetration strategy. And in terms of pricing, in terms of facilities, in terms of assurances, and in terms of actual actions, that is going to do. Similarly, if I see the cases of, how hotels can help the travelers and maybe help domestic tourism. I have also already mentioned health safety protocol have been issued by the Health Ministry, by the Ministry of Tourism, and play the Safe Goa card very, very much to invite tourists. And of course, weekend incentives by the hospitality could be a good strategy to tourists who can come for 2, 3, 4 days. You may not expect a very long leisure holiday people, because generally the foreigners, when they come, they stay for over a week or maybe 10 days in a place. But domestic tourists, let me tell you, you all know more than me that they may not stay for a week or 10 days. They may stay for just weekend. So even weekend, 2, 3 days or extended weekend should be a good. Another thing which is a matter of hope is that the outbound tourism has stopped. Domestic tourism, once it is restored, the cake of domestic tourism is going to be eaten by all again. But the outbound tourism, which again happens to be in billions of dollars, almost $28 billion from India to other countries. Now, let us not forget, people talk of revenge tourism, revenge traveling. Now, it may or it may not happen, but all said and done, the urge for traveling amongst Indians, they are not able to go to outside countries. So they will have the urge to go somewhere. So that revenue which Indians spend on the outbound tourism going out of the country, that because of this crisis, they need not wait for such a long time to go on a vacation. So instead of going to Southeast Asia and other places, they would like to come to Goa or maybe to some other places. So this revenue of outbound tourism is also likely to flow into the domestic tourism. So that should be a matter of happiness, or maybe some kind of incentive to the local domestic tourism industry as well. And finally, for the travel agents and tour operators, as I mentioned, the itineraries based on safety, itineraries based on the confidence of the to build confidence of the travelers, and end-to-end destination management, single window system, as we say. One single window will provide all the facility and will give all kinds of assurance. So these are some of the points I thought that stakeholders, since we already have lots of the best representatives from all the industry, from the association, from the hospitality, and of course Venkatesh is there, and Mr. Gavin is also there to represent the Goa government. So I've just flagged some of the issues which came into my mind. Later on, when I conclude, maybe I'll pick up some of the issues which have been flagged by the eminent speakers today, and then we will have a takeaway and a gist of the recommendations, and then we'll pose it to the government of Goa as to these are some of the takeaways and some of the recommendations and suggestions which came during the webinar. And lastly, before I conclude, friends, whether the eminent speakers or all the listeners who are watching this webinar, the travel and tourism has taken off in India despite the COVID crisis, and we must be thankful to the government, whether the union government or even the state governments, that they have taken up the challenge of moving the tourism ahead despite the COVID crisis around us, hovering around us. Now, this puts additional responsibility on all of us, on the government, on the travelers, and on the stakeholders. So at this point of time, we have to treat very carefully. We have to go slow and steady. But at the same time, let me also assure that we are going to stage a comeback. The tourism and travel has never stopped. Travelers cannot be stopped from traveling. It is a human instinct. It is one of the physiological needs, and therefore, we should not be scared about the future of this industry. Even the academia, even the young professionals who keep asking during the webinars, what is our scope? Should we shift from one industry to the other industry? Our advice is that we are going to shoot back. We are going to bounce back. And it is not just the tourism and travel which has been affected. The entire economy has been affected, and therefore, travel and tourism may have stopped at the earliest when the COVID crisis came, but I'm sure of it that tourism and travel in India, starting with domestic tourism, will bounce back first among all the sectors in the economy if we all get together and follow the guidelines which have been issued by all the stakeholders and by the Ministry of Tourism and the government. So that's all, Mr. Sanjay, for the time being. I would be very keen to listen to all the speakers who would know more about Goa specifically, and then we can work on a common strategy which we can pose to the government of Goa and to government of India as well. Thank you so much, and I hand over back to you.